Well, this is Clint Locklear from the Farmer's Grove, and I'm going to talk a little bit about natural farming, some of the ways that I've learned to make this happen in a cool temperate climate like here in Tennessee. And what we're going to be showing is what this looked like yesterday and what it looks like today, and then hopefully you can come back and find this video in the spring, probably about April or May, and you'll see how well this technique works. So first off, this, which is all flat and somewhat pretty right now, and it's a great big cushion of organic matter, is cover crops, which were corn, soybeans, buckwheat, millet, some white clover. All this is laying on the ground right now. See some of the soybeans and stuff. Soybeans don't seem to die very well doing this, which is fine. They can come back. I'm totally fine with that. But when you look at this over there, that's what this looked like day before yesterday. Now, what I did is I came in and I just kind of gridded this off. This is probably a 1/4 acre where my chickens and ducks are going to go one day. And you can see where I didn't get to use. I'll have to use the scythe on some of this stuff that I just couldn't get the telephone poles until I get an actual cover cropper crimper made. But I'm walking through here gridding off, and I'm throwing in seeds for the spring and the fall, which are tillage radishes, which are oats, red clover, and hairy vetch. That's what's going to be in here this year. Now, when I came through where my little pawpaw trees are at, I've already seeded this about 2 weeks ago. You can see all the growth that's coming up. All I did was throw the seeds, scythe it down, and just let it do its thing. But this is looks pretty good. So if we were going to have people coming out and picking fruit, say like right now our pears are doing very well, this is what I would do before I had people come out to pick fruit, because no one's going to want to walk through really high grass and stuff like that, even though it's probably good for the soil. But by throwing the seed out, rolling all this stuff to the ground with the telephone poles pulled behind the Jeep, in the springtime I will have 3-foot high crimson clover, 6-foot high vetch, tillage radishes. I'll probably have in this is 1/4 acre. Tillage radishes normally about 1,500 pounds of organic matter per acre, so divide that by 4. All this is going to be added on this, so probably there's going to be 1,500 pounds of organic matter just from this one action. When you add the other action onto it, we're probably bumping 3,000 to 4,000 pounds of organic matter in and on the soil, then add another 30% for the root mass under the soil. So you can see when Fukioko was talking about doing his rice, why his soil got so much better right off the bat. But I just wanted to show this because when I walked through here yesterday throwing seed, had corn and sunflowers and buckwheat, millet, and soybeans, corn, millet, sunflowers, and I think that was it. But anyway, it was way over my head, and by doing this, I've got all this on the ground. It's going to actually nurse the seeds along, because it's while they germinate. As this stuff kind of shrivels up, they'll blow through here, and in the springtime I'll just let it do its thing, then I'll cut it down and just keep repeating this process to turn this soil into what the potential truly is. So I just wanted to show the difference, because when you see it now, it just kind of looks like a field. I mean, you know, it looks flat. It looks somewhat tidy. If I had a real cover cropper crimper, it would probably even look better. But that's what I'm doing. I've got my autumn olives in here in between, giving nitrogen for the pawpaw trees that are growing up. So cool deal. But that's how natural farming can be done in a cool temperate climate, using a little bit of mechanism with telephone poles and a Jeep or a 4-wheeler or whatever you have, and you can start really producing. Because the corn that was growing in here, I could actually have a cash crop of sweet corn by doing what I'm doing now, but actually maybe have, I don't know, 3 minutes 5 minutes into planting a 1/4 acre of corn in here. As soon as they get the ears off, roll it over for the organic matter. Whatever you wanted to do would work, whatever cash crop you wanted to use. But it's a very effective system. But I want you to, if you can remember this, and in the springtime when you see what this looks like, it's going to be pretty rocking.